Are you tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university-level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Brandon. It was just a trailing off of a man. I gotta tell you, I'm excited about tomorrow.
What? Because of the Trump pump?
No, man. I mean, maybe. Is that tomorrow?
That's Friday. The conference starts tomorrow, but I don't think he speaks till Friday. Maybe.
No, man. Tomorrow's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I know, dude. We went to the theater yesterday. We went and saw Twisters, right? They have all this Deadpool merch at the theater. First time I've ever been tempted to buy theater merch because they have like the little Deadpool popcorn bucket, and it's like a Deadpool doll sitting in a chair, and you can drink out of it and eat popcorn out of it too. It's so cool,
God.
Dude.
They don't have any of that cool stuff with the old broke ass theater that I go through.
Dude, I gotta send you a picture of it. Dang it. I'll go take a picture.
Wait, is it a Regal? It's not a Regal theater.
Yeah, it's Regal.
God bless it.
Yes, and it's some cool merch. Like it's got the coolest bucket. Like, let's see if I can find it online. Hold on.
I want it so bad. I want all of it.
Pool popcorn bucket. Let's see.
Bad.
I
want it.
I can't find any of it online.
I want it the way I want Bitcoin to hit 190,000. I want it.
Regal.
You know, I was pimping a Deadpool shirt before the movie came out. Because I used to collect all the old comics and stuff like that. I like the graphic novels. I like the darker stuff. I had the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you guys know? Okay, let me just give you some lore here right before we talk about money, because actually that's how I got into finance, was like trying to buy and speculate on comic books when I was a little kid. Someone stole all my comic books, so I got screwed on that. But anyway, my point was I had the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT, by Eastman and Laird, the black and white ones. You know that they were murderers. That was the whole thing, is that they were violent.
What?
The early ones were violent, and then they got kind of spamified to the cartoons and all that kind of stuff. And like, you can buy pizza. But before they were marketed like that, they were mean and violent. So I liked all those really dark kind of comic books. So I got them. I got the original. I had an original #1 of Justice League. Original.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Someone stole that crap. I had, I thought Spawn was going to be like pretty good. So I bought a set of 200 of the Spawn #1 in a brick. You could buy it in a big cardboard brick. It's the most expensive thing I ever bought as a kid, is Spawn #1, a brick of 200 of them. Wow. You know how much? Dang, that'd be worth a mint.
Yeah. Some of that stuff, man, it goes for, it's pretty tough.
Anyway, but yeah, Deadpool. So I was pimping Deadpool before it was cool.
I can't find any pictures of, but it kind of looks like this. See these like little chairs? Like right here has like a Wolverine one, but you can like drink out of the top, and then there's
you could drink out of his brain.
Yes, it's so cool. Anyway,
Wolverine boxers. I mean, Deadpool boxers.
I got to go back to the theater and you got to see all this crap that's there. It's like pretty cool.
Wait, they actually have that stuff?
It's in the theater right now on top of a popcorn machine.
See, I thought you had to get all that stuff like online or something.
No, I can get it right now. Like I just can go buy it here. I should have took a picture. I was going to take a picture. I should have took a picture. I'll go back. I'll get a picture. I'll go get a picture for you.
Anyway, I guess in other news.
In other news. What?
In other news. Okay, do we have any housekeeping before we talk about the Ethereum ETF launch? Okay.
Because, so the hypershare, so you can't create hypershares right now. We took that offline for a couple reasons. That I can tell you some of it and then not all of it. We're upgrading. Let's see how. Let's see. Okay, we're adding features. We'll just say that. So
New
we're
features.
adding some features to it, and they should be ready soon. But so you can't create hypershares right now, so don't stress out. This is also something on Hypercycle's end too that they're adding features. So this is like a whole team effort. I had a big meeting with them yesterday, and we went through some stuff, and it should be pretty awesome when we're done with it. So we'll see what happens when we're done with it. Also, what else was there? Hypershares. There was something else that was super important. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I should write this stuff down.
Okay.
Oh, no, this is it. The claim this month is really good. So, and this got pointed out to me. I was at another meeting yesterday. We had somebody come on our meeting because they're going to help me write a script for something that we need to do with Node Market. And they saw the volume of the licenses. They're like, this did that much volume in like a little over a month. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, wow. I'm like, yeah. And all these NFT holders get part of it. So the claim this month is going to be almost double of what it was last month, even though there's more NFTs. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Actually.
Well, and also there's been a lot of token sales. People are starting to buy chunks to fill master nodes, things like that. So that's been good.
Yep.
And
all good.
Just so you guys know, we like with any of our stuff, any of our tokens, all of my tokens go back to the exchange to use to fill licenses. I don't hit dexes ever. Like ever. I just don't do it. We don't need to because we have a whole damn exchange that we built just so that we don't have to hit the dexes. Okay. Right. Some other questions that came up. Some people were saying, hey, when is the next this week in Hypercycle with Tufi? He's been flying around, and so we've been on opposite schedules. So that's been tough. And kind of coordinating is tough. They've also been getting a lot of stuff ready for Tilling as a service. They also have a bunch of joint ventures that they're about to announce publicly, but they haven't yet. They're just kind of waiting till everything, the ink is dry or whatever. So I think they're waiting for that to be like a deluge. Also, it was expressed to me that Tufi doesn't care about the token price. I mean, I know the community does. They're like, oh man, it's like 40 cents. It should be like $7. He doesn't really care. And the way he kind of looks at it, and I tend to agree is, listen, if right now people want to fill licenses with cheaper tokens, good. Let them fill them. Because once they start doing press releases and stuff, and the tokens go to 60 cents and tokens go to 80 cents and they're $1 and they're $1.20 or whatever, then you actually kind of think about it like, oh dang, a node is $1,024 plus a license. Right now, it's like way better. So anyway, when you are looking at an ecosystem where utility is the real purpose, where it's a real utility token, not the utility is to put money in the back pockets of some internet douchebag influencers, but like real utility where the token functions to process some transaction, to containerize some data, to move the needle forward in the ecosystem. A true utility token, the value, the price of the token doesn't matter. It'll just be something somewhat correlated to what happens when that token is utilized. In many cases, when people see a token that has great utility, the hoarding effect kicks in. And this is like resources 101, especially scarce resources and scarce assets. If you find an asset that has a really cool value other than just the cost, the money part of it, the sticker price, if it has a value beyond the sticker price, you're liable to, or people are liable to look forward and go, wait a minute, if it's worth this now, it was worth that then, and people need it, I might start to hoard some of this asset that people need. Even if it's just for myself. A lot of people with twin tokens, they're going to buy the twin tokens to fund their vault. They're probably also going to get some extra twin tokens thinking about future rollouts, future offerings, future things that you can do with your digital twin, right? Like they have some cool features coming where the twins will be able to be live, like in the chat in real time. like could be another member of the show, like an anchor to the show. So it could be Brandon, myself, Brandon's twin, and my twin, and then Brandon and my twin's twin. Maybe they merge to form a super twin.
Like Deadpool, like Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, twin squared. So like there's all sorts of so if and when the hoarding effect kicks in, and this is mostly for utility assets, things that have a utility value, or things that are just propositioned just for the price. Those are two different parts of your brain. But if that hoarding desire kicks in and people take that valuable asset, an artist, here's another example. You have an artist, he puts out some really good stuff. Maybe he's getting late in his years and people are like, how many years left does El Brandon have left? El Brandon is 86, but his artwork is really, people start buying the artwork up. It's morbid because they think El Brandon is going to die. But when El Brandon kicks it, then that artwork is worth more. The hoarding effect kicks in. So in a utility ecosystem, the hoarding effect can kick in and that can push the token. But in this particular ecosystem, even if that happens, who cares? The value is in tokens merged with licenses producing revenue. That's the actual value. And as those splits occur, your revenue doubles and doubles and doubles and doubles, and it doubles 10 times. And if you double something 10 times, you get 1,024 nodes all making you money. And so that's good. And the closest kind of thing that I could say is similar to this in the way I think about it is early Home Depot equity. You remember we talked about this a few times, Brandon. Equities,
yeah.
So early in Home Depot, they didn't pay the best to their clients. They didn't have, clients to their staff, but they had really good insurance and they gave everyone stock options. And so within 3 years, I think it's 3 years, you'd have to fact check me on this because it's been a while. I read a book and this was part of it, but they made more millionaires than any other company in history. And it was like managers, floor managers and stuff that took all of their everything, bonuses, everything was paid in stock options. And then within 3 years, 3 or 4 years, there was just tons. There's like dudes that have been working there 3 years, like, I'm out, I'm retiring. But then again, they had a lot of loyalty. Anyway, long story short, so you can have a situation like that where all of a sudden you have all the money. And in these exponential splits that these node licenses will do, even a small amount of money paid monthly on X number of nodes times 1,024. You know what the term?
Pretty hard.
You know what the term for that is, Brandon?
Rich. Cloud City Rich. Wait, Cloud City Payment.
It's a Shiza load.
A Shiza load. Oh, that's the motherland. There's a couple of questions I got to hit because I knew this was going to happen.
Let's get it.
So yes, this will not affect hypershares that are already created. No, you will not have to redo your hypershares. There's going to be another button that'll be like, it'll add the new functionality to it. And you've already done cheaper gas fees. Anyway, it's a good deal. And then this one's funny, or not funny, but like, watch the video I made. I explained these things very specifically. The token stack is not tilling. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with tilling. Your token stack is the tokens that are wrapped up in a bundle that needs to be bundleized into a C hypercycle to marry with your license. The license is the tilling, okay? And then when you marry the C hypercycle to the license, that's what starts the tilling if it's not already using parent tilling that's the hypercycle is already done from us. So the token stack itself, you guys never get to see this image, which kind of sucks because it's so small. But like this image right here, this token stack is a stack of your tokens. Okay,
I love it.
All wrapped together.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty. And you guys, that's the token stack, and it's important, but it's not the one doing the tilling. The license is the one doing the tilling. So keep that in mind. But yeah, you will not have to redo your hypershares. And then the last question up here that we got to hit that I wasn't fully understanding. Maybe Nick, you know me a little more about it.
All right. So I have a bet on poly. Oh, I actually answered Alpha with this.
Yeah.
That's the goose egg, baby.
$0 bet. Actually,
Was it Mark Cuban? Was it Mark Cuban that said if Kamala would be more accepting of AI and Bitcoin, she'd have a better chance? Whoa, yeah. Mark, mind-blowing commentary. Did you and Kramer get together for 17 hours and hash that out?
Kramer.
God, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Good old I call tops Cuban and I call wrong Kramer. Like, God.
No kidding. So in the polls, I guess Kamala's winning, right? Beating Trump on CNN, on MSNBC, all the news outlets, right? But then over here on
the alt left, or not on the alt right. I mean, on the alt right, they probably have it the other way.
I don't know. What's the alt right anymore? I think 9 out of the 10 places are all left, right? What's right anymore? Is anything right?
Get your pronouns figured out, I guess.
Anyway, so over here on Polymarket, this is what he's talking about. Alpha, she's losing. So it's a 2-1, I guess, Donald Trump ahead. But this is skewed too, because this is crypto-minded people are voting more on this stuff. So I think it's
wait. What we're looking at right there shows Trump at 63% of the total. And is that based on like the total vote by the people, or like what? How does they qualify?
That's who's going to win. That's who's going to win the presidential election, right? So this is $47 million people have put on Trump to win. So real money where their mouth is versus the CNBC polls that have Kamala winning somehow.
Oof. I guess.
So which one's more accurate? Where people have to put their money where their mouth is, or where people
is Biden still on there by like a few percentage points? Remember yesterday, like the day before yesterday, he was on there and you're like, oh, come on, man. He's already gone. So look, he's still on the list.
Less than 1% chance.
All those
people like to gamble. They like.
How many people is that? 44 million bet?
Yeah, they lost. That's how much was originally bet on Joe Biden winning. Yeah, it's gone. Look how much on Gavin Newsom.
Nikki Haley. How many people bet on? How much money's there? Was that? This is like 19 million. 19 million.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then Bernie Sanders getting crapped on. It's for Kanye.
Kanye got 7 million.
That's his money.
He bet on himself.
That's just Kanye being Kanye.
I want to throw money away. But remember these bets too. They're not like bets to eventualize a win. Any day, these guys could like pick up steam and double your money, right? So like if this goes from
wait. So you can make money as it happens because it's traded like an asset.
It's like a token. So you can sell the token. So for example, she was at 5%. Now she's at 34%. You made a 7x on your money. You could sell your tokens now.
Oh, you absolutely should sell your tokens.
Oh, you should.
Matter of fact, you should sell every one of those, all of them.
I don't. Yeah.
No one's going to win.
Got a chance? You don't think she's got a chance?
Not only does she not have a chance, I don't even. Man, what are those debates going to look like?
Oh,
God.
I'm surprised she's showing up.
This stuff is going to be, you know what, though? It's going to be watched like the game 6 and 7 of the World Series. Like, people are going to tune in for this stuff. They are going to be bagging. You know what we ought to do? We ought to do a broadcast where we are the commentators.
I would love that. Oh, my gosh. Hey, here's a question for you, Nick.
Just to summarize, just to summarize, I won't rant.
That's nice. That's nice to you.
People at Hypercycle working on a lot of stuff right now, and I think that there's a line. They want to press release things in a controlled manner, and so I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to get all their ducks in a row. They have partnership announcements they're going to announce, and they have Tilling as a service and a couple of other things. So as they roll all that stuff out, I think they not just to win and. I think that's basically what it is. They want to just get all their press releases. They have some new people in that just do the press side of things now, like actually, professional types. All right,
I did a walkthrough with the team of their Tilling as a service yesterday, I think. It's looking good. It's coming along.
Oh yeah. Okay, if there's no final what's nots.
Yeah,
then I think we can. Should we go behind the wall? We need. I know Neil hasn't called it yet, but we got to talk about the Ethereum ETF launch. we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Bitcoin.
We have numbers now.
Yep, we got numbers. We got them Bitcoin finally being released into wallets over at Kraken.
All of them. Which
I still think is weird that Kraken got first crack at it. Kraken got first crack at them.
Why? That was the agreed though.
Well, doesn't that seem weird that they wouldn't let everyone have their tokens at the same time? Like, are the people are the people in the Kraken bundle, are they special, or was it just numbers out of a hat? Like,
no, there was reasoning behind it, but I disagree with the reasoning.
Right? Like, what if you waited? What if you had to wait till October and they sell Bitcoin down to 30K, and today it's 67?
Hey, let's go behind the wall. Let's talk about this because there's some other stuff that happened. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
That's absurd. Rage. Okay.
Yeah, you just sit there watching. You're like, well, it's fun. They got theirs first.
God damn it. Okay.
Yep.
You like how I made like a song? If anybody wants to make that song in the studio, we'll do that. We'll go to the studio, make that song. God damn it.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
See you later, Facebook. We don't need your shiza here anymore. Brandon, did I tell you? Okay, listen, did I tell you my life hack?
What is it?
For Adidas, for those shoes. First of all, did you order your shoes yet?
Oh my gosh. My wife's looking at them with me now.
They're so good. Listen, I was forced. I had a car that had a flat. I had to go get it fixed up by the shop, and it was about a quarter of a mile. A quarter of a mile away from the Drive LA. It was like on the corner. So I went there, dropped the car. They're like, "Hey, you need cash." I'm like, "You don't take credit cards." "Why would we take credit cards? We're a place that does tires." I'm like, "Of course not." So I was like, "Okay, let me run to the ATM." By ATM, I meant run back to the shop, get $20 and run back.
Yep.
So anyway, I was like, So in these comfortable new shoes, I got on that hot asphalt and it was smooth sailing. I felt like I was on a cloud of baby ducks. Whack, 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 whack. It was so smooth. So then I just gallivanted my way back, paid my bill, all that. So I found a life hack. Don't go by your US size.
Why?
Go by the European size.
Why?
Adidas, because here's what happens. Adidas, all these shoes are unisex. All of them.
Okay.
The European size is the same on whether you might have a US 9.5, but in women's, that's a different size.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes, they're unisex. So the men's ones are expensive and sold out. The unisex ones, which are the same damn shoe, if you just look at what you're like, my European size is 43 to 43.5.
That's exactly what mine is. I just looked at two shoes, 43.5 and 43.
Bam. So all you do is look up by the European size. You're going to find the unisex one. Again, it's the same shoe. These are all unisex.
The funny thing is the 43 says it's a size 10 in US and the 43.5 says it's a 9.5 in US.
Yeah, because the 0.5. Oh, that's weird. Some shoes run big.
Inversed.
Yeah. That's a weird labeling thing, a snafu, if you would. But if you go like on eBay, when you filter by the European price and your size, or just look at when they show the pictures of the shoes, look at a picture of the tag and look at your European size. I found 2 pairs of shoes. Remember, these things are not so cheap. They're like they can be expensive. They go from about $175 up to like $500. Jeez. I found two pairs for under $60.
Wow.
2.
On eBay?
Yes.
Hmm.
At that price, I will buy them and run in the mud with them. That's not true. I love them. But the point is, you can find little arbitragey things. I don't know why people aren't. I even talked to a seller and I was like, can you read me the European label? They're like, well, it says women size 11. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Can you read me the label? Oh, well, here it says 42 point, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. They're like, are you sure? No, I'm like, it's $60, dude. This conversation's already taken too long. I want it. I want it. And guess what? That's the beige one that I had that feels so damn good on my toes.
Dang.
It tickles my toes. Anyway, there's arbitrage everywhere, people, if you're just willing to find it. Yep. Okay. Should we talk about the Ethereum ETF?
Might as well, since we're here. It looks like yesterday, and it was better than expected.
Whoa.
And then we saw this yesterday with Grayscale, right? So they sent $1.1 billion over to Coinbase the day before. So were they planning on just like dumping so hard it wasn't even funny? Anyway, so they had $484 million in outflows, of course.
I love it. I love it.
Dump away. So they have $8.5 billion left. We'll see how fast that goes. But the rest of them, so obviously net positive day, $106 million of inflows. Over $1 billion traded. Well, that's pretty good, right? Over $1 billion in volume on its first trading day. They didn't think it was going to be this high. I think this is about doubled their expectations, which is very
well.
good.
Eric Balkunis was saying he was on the super low, and he said 100 to what, 300 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, so I mean, this isn't net inflows. This is just overall transaction volume.
Right. So these are flow. No, this is net. This is net. This is net. $106 million net.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So the billion was total volume. 106 net inflow. Yeah. Still's not terrible. I mean, it ain't the 4.8 billion that Bitcoin did. But even Bitcoin's net inflows day one was like 500 million.
Yeah,
because Grayscale was dumping.
Yeah, it did pretty good. If we look, I mean, I think it did pretty good. I'm happy with it because the Grayscale is just gonna absolutely wanker us all the way through. That's all there is to it.
I think Ethereum's gonna rocket up at some point because staked Ethereum there's a lot of staked Ethereum.
There is 32% of it staked.
Just think about that. So there's a third. So there's only about 60 and change million ETH available. It is technically deflationary, although that's kind of ambiguous because it creates new tokens and it burns them. And so I stay away from those arguments. And I'm not a big fan of deflationary assets anyway. They don't typically work well for their purpose. But I think Ethereum's being converted into a kind of money rather than its actual kind of use. And so for that specific thing as an investment only, then the deflationary argument makes sense. And the staked assets argument is probably the bigger part of it. If you have a third of the network where a third of the asset is locked up, that's a big deal. Now you have another, probably 10 to 20% that's going to go into these ETFs. That also is effectively locked up. So it does two things. It puts accretive pressure. It's basically a lot of upside pressure up, like pull upwards, but creates a lot of volatility too, because now you have less of the asset trading.
Less float. Yeah.
If the float is smaller, that means every single token sale is much more dramatic in its price effect. So don't think that just because it can go up way higher, it's not going to be vomitously volatile. VV.
No, I agree. And that's what it's looking like. So it did hold up pretty well yesterday, especially with the Kraken situation. And
it didn't even move.
Bitcoin, right?
It didn't move.
It's crazy. But what I don't get is, tell me this. So the ETF inflows, you looked the last week, right? BlackRock alone did $500 million of purchasing of Bitcoin. That's like 8,000 Bitcoin, right? It didn't even move the price up at all, which is very strange to me still. Like, how does it not move the price up at all?
Because again, OTC buying. These funds are not
Yeah.
buying on markets.
Yeah, I guess they're getting rid of the OTC stuff. And
Yes.
whatever,
Now,
but
the cool thing is, you know what? We don't have a situation like anymore. We don't have a minor capitulation. We don't have
That's
any
right.
of that. We don't have any of that in Ethereum because Ethereum is proof of stake, not proof of work. So that's cool. So that's a whole other thing that we never have to worry about. This whole issue of the upward or downward changes to the difficulty in the network. We don't
Mhm.
ever have to mess with it. It's never a thing. So proof of stake for a lot of reasons, like think of all the things you think about in Bitcoin. If you really understand Bitcoin, that's in the back of your mind. Okay, you got this whole ecosystem of miners. They might be hoarding, selling, buying, shorting, flipping. We don't know. That's a thing. The difficulty could go up and down. That's the thing. Every 4 years, half these companies go bankrupt because of the necessary upgrade and compute ability because of the halving. That's a thing. Oh, and by the way, all the coins that are mined really go into only 5 companies. They control the entire Bitcoin network, and what they don't control is run by a bunch of spammy scumbag ass right here in front of you ETFs. Oh, and some douchebag central exchanges. There's like a lot of psychological, back and forth ping pong that you have to play with Bitcoin, which with Ethereum, at least you don't.
Right.
So it's an easier, it is an
It
easier
seems like
asset.
the easiest play, right?
I think
It
so.
seems like an easy play. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this plays out. I don't know. I think, yeah, very happy with this. Very happy with it.
When it didn't move, I was thinking, it probably pops up. It probably pops up to close to 3,800.
Well, remember, it's not moving too because people are expecting a dip. So the fact that it stayed solid is kind of really good.
Bitcoin did this too. Bitcoin stayed solid, then it dipped. Then Jim Cramer called the top, and then it went straight up.
Yeah.
So
we got to wait for Jim Cramer to come in here.
We need Jim Cramer. We need Mark Cuban to say I'm out. And Jim Cramer to say sell, sell, sell.
Where Jim Cramer said something yesterday, actually.
About Ethereum?
Yes. Hold on. Let me see what he said. Cramer.
Okay.
I swear he did.
Jim flipping Cramer.
Yeah, he turned bearish yesterday on Ethereum.
He did?
Jim Cramer commented on CNBC regarding Ethereum ETF. The fact that Ethereum is selling off is just a testament to how much it had been bid up. Not really anything significant. So he said basically he got on CNBC yesterday and said it's been priced too high and it's going to sell off now.
So what I guess I'm curious what sell off, the 1.1% it's down today.
I know. These guys that massive sell off 1%.
Yeah. Or the in the last 7 days it's down 1.2%. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Like it's exactly how stupid it. Like I'm going to put this on the screen so you can read.
That wouldn't even be a sell-off in any asset, even in traditional dumpster fire assets.
So what does he say here?
I don't know what he's saying.
The fact that Ether is selling off. Did anybody see Ether sell off yesterday?
So it's not a fact. So basically this is counter. So the fact, which is not a fact, that Ether is selling off, which it didn't, is a testament, which is not, to how much it had been bid up, which it wasn't. Not really anything significant. So it is really something significant.
It's just, yeah, he's just an idiot. 1% is not a sell-off.
What happened to him? Shit, man. I read his book. Look, Jim Cramer's not, or wasn't. Jim Cramer was not an idiot.
Yep.
Do you think that
I read his
he
book
just
too,
has
and
margin?
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. And it was actually like, I kind of liked the guy.
Yeah.
Like he had some hard times and he has trouble putting the drink away, but like he's a pretty sharp dude, And so you wonder what happened. You wonder if like we're being too simple and these dudes are getting like a list of talking points and they're like, you stick to it or you're fucking fired. And he's like, okay, I'll go. I mean, people don't take him seriously now anyway. So what's the difference? So maybe he's just used as a propagandizer.
How's he? He's just entertainment, right? He's pure entertainment. That's all he is.
People listen to these guys. I mean, no one listens to Cramer. I I would bet at this point he's become such a meme that no one actually listens to him. And who knows? Maybe that's his whole shtick. Maybe he does this on purpose. Maybe he's like, what could happen? I'm going to go the other direction.
That's got to be a shtick. He probably bets against himself. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Las
Yeah.
Vegas,
He'd have to invest against him.
Bitcoin is the first crypto asset to display on the Las Vegas Sphere. Have you seen this thing?
Yeah.
You've been to Las Vegas, right?
You know, Dogecoin bought some space and then Bitcoin kind of bought it out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were the first ones yesterday this happened, right?
That's actually pretty badass.
Oh, yeah. That is
It's really
cool.
badass. If you live in Vegas and you can say, oh, shit, I didn't look. I was there for July 4th. I meant to kind of look out across the night and see if I could see it.
Yeah. No, really cool. If you were to see this thing, that would have been a picture.
What is it located? It's located beside what casino?
This looks like the Caesars, right? Right here?
I don't know.
No, that's the MGM.
The Grand?
I just don't know.
But what's
Vegas
this little
that well.
place beside it? Oh, wait, can you play it so we can see it?
No, I screenshotted that.
Do you think it rolls around like a gooey marble?
Yeah, it's cool. I can pull it back up. Hold on.
I love it.
Bitcoin Sphere, because it is
I want a
pretty cool.
sphere. You think you can buy mini Bitcoin spheres for your house?
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be cool for it to be like a little liquidy eye and then it blinked? Blink, blink. That's what I would do. Mine would blink.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Let's make it big.
Yeah. Oh, it unwraps it like a gift. The gift of Bitcoin. It bubbles into coins.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of coins. It's a Bitcoin coin gift.
That's pretty cool. Come on.
I love it. And then it gets wrapped up again.
Yeah.
Then it just shits on you.
Yeah. Then it's just like, oh, that's bad advertising right there. Bad advertising.
Crypto.com.
Well, anyway, you saw Ferrari yesterday started taking Bitcoin and Ethereum payments in Europe for their automobiles, right?
For anybody that doesn't know, we made our payment for the first payment for the Rolls-Royce Spectre, for the Rolls-Royce Nightingale was made with USDC. It was the biggest payment that Rolls-Royce has ever taken in crypto.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Way cool.
And now I've got the guys at Rolls-Royce talking to the guys at True AGI.
That could turn into something.
Yep.
What do you think? It could.
Mm-hmm.
You saw this yesterday. Okay, so this is. Let me set this one up. Kamala. What do we call it? Mala. Make America laugh again. Mala. That's what they want to. Or not MAGA. Make America great again. Yep. Make America laugh again, because there's so many clips of her laughing, obviously. So Kamala yesterday reached out to Mark Cuban.
Oh God.
For his expertise on Bitcoin.
Do you think that's why?
She wanted to learn about Bitcoin, obviously, because her next call was to the Bitcoin conference where Trump is speaking. I want to speak at Bitcoin conference.
She wants to speak. Oh, please.
Let me in.
I hope they do.
So they were considering, we're in talks with Kamala Harris' campaign to her to speak at the conference. Would be very savvy of her to reset the Democratic positioning on the fastest growing voter bloc in the country. They're making up their minds today. So this is yesterday. Now today, this is okay. I got to be honest. This is like the next one, the next tweet from these guys. This guy runs the conference. He's part of the people that are organizing it. I got to be honest. Feels like Kamala should commute Ross Ulbricht's sentence before addressing the Bitcoin community.
He's a murderer.
Anyway, so then this morning. Kamala Harris will not be speaking at the Bitcoin conference. No surprise. What can she say to us when she's actively imprisoning developers, forcing our industry overseas, attacking POW? It would have been a disaster for her. All eyes on Trump now. So basically, a lot of the guys, a lot of the tweets and stuff that I read too, if she were to speak, what would she say?
Nothing.
She literally reached out to Mark Cuban yesterday to learn about Bitcoin. Mark Cuban's
not the guy.
Yes, exactly.
Look, Mark Cuban doesn't even understand basketball, and he owns a goddamn team. Used to. He doesn't. Yeah, he's not a majority owner anymore. But point is, he's not even the guy you would go to for that. Why on earth? This is the guy. Do you remember Mark Cuban's little speech. See if you can look this up. Mark Cuban says bananas are better than Bitcoin.
I listened to that the other day again because
bananas are better than Bitcoin.
He said I'd rather take the bananas because at least I could eat the bananas.
Yeah, I could eat the bananas. Oh my God.
And everybody can change, sure. But like Mark Cuban is not your point of contact.
Listen, Mark Cuban is a very nice guy. He is super cool. His brother is cool. Kept him out of jail. Long story, but he's a very nice dude. He does a lot of great things for the community. Mark Cuban is not a bad guy, but he's a fucking dummy. He is an idiot. And he has, through his idiocy, melted a lot of money. Do you remember, was it Iron Finance? Look up Mark Cuban Iron Finance.
Okay.
He supported this whole thing, got a bunch of people involved, and it got destroyed.
It
got destroyed.
Oof.
Yeah. Mark, when we joke and say Mark calls tops, we're not kidding. He got into Bored Apes. He got a Bored Ape. How's that done lately?
Oh, I think it's down like 92%.
It's
Mark
so
Cuban
stupid.
calls for stable coin. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, that iron thing, it crashed a token to zero. And even in crypto said 100% washouts in a single day are extremely rare. So
Yes.
he got a rare trade.
He was part of something that got blown up worse than Luna. There's still Luna. There's still idiots that have like Luna. It's like 0.00000 infinity 4 cents. But
Yeah.
it still exists. There's still dummies but even his thing went to zero. Nothing goes to zero. Like nothing. He actually got to literal zero. Something that we all thought wasn't possible.
It's not possible, really.
It's not possible unless you're Mark Cuban. Unless you're Mark, I call tops Cuban.
But Mt. Gox started sending out some more Bitcoin last night. But this is also the Kraken thing. So Kraken, like Nick said at the start of the show, they distributed all their Bitcoin. So they got 40,000, like a third of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin. They got $3 billion worth over at Kraken. They distributed that all out yesterday morning. So I tracked down as many people as I could that were like selling what they were doing. A lot of them were actually holding. You saw no significant spike in selling, which is crazy. On Kraken yesterday, Bitcoin didn't move really. I mean, even on the Kraken, this is the Kraken volume chart. No like real big spike in selling or anything. A lot of the people that I saw that were tweeting about it said they sold all of their Bitcoin cash and bought Bitcoin with it. They said a Bitcoin position. Or the other people that I saw did exactly what you called. They sold their Bitcoin and they bought Ethereum.
Yep, so, for the play. Yep.
In the game. Like they're not just dumping. I saw one guy said he sold what his initial cost would have been and he's holding the rest. But you can see yesterday, $3 billion worth of Bitcoin is now in people's wallets. They can sell. It didn't move. It didn't sell.
You think that Elon Musk's laser eyes helped?
Yeah, right. You can see that coin. So they created a coin on that yesterday, and he had that picture on his PFP for about 1 day. The coin crashed 80% as soon as he took the picture off.
Oh no!
Yeah,
surprised that didn't make it.
Anyway, so we can look at Mt. Gox's wallet. So what they did last night, this is late last night, about 8 hours ago, they moved another $3 billion around. It's still in their wallets, so that's why it still shows in their network here.
But it's about to head out. Yeah,
it's about ready to head out to Bitstamp and some other exchanges. So they hold 90,000 Bitcoin still. Once the 3 billion,
Bitstamp is a shit show.
They'll. Yeah, so I don't know who else it's going to because not all of it's
I don't know why Bitstamp got any tokens. That doesn't make any damn sense. I get that they may have had some agreement, but Bitstamp, what's their volume? $40 a day?
If that.
I mean, they don't do anything. That was, Bitstamp was my first account.
Whew. And you got off it because you couldn't trade.
Man. It was so, let me tell you how dangerous it was. When we were first in the Bitcoin space, if you pushed the space bar, an extra space after you entered your Bitcoin address, your shit was gone. If you did a copy and paste, that's where we started doing first three, last three, first three, last three.
Yeah.
And you would do it over and over. You go, have someone check it. You first says, okay, now you come over here, look at my computer, check it. Because if
as soon as you pasted,
if you hit the space bar, one too much, gone, and exchanges will be like, wrong address. I'm like, what do you mean wrong address? Like, you had a space in there. Yeah, but you know that.
I like a space after the end or something. Yeah.
Which means they left that in there and they were sniping people's stuff.
Only 300 million is going to Bitstamp. So I guess that's not a ton.
That's not bad.
2.4 billion in preparation to go to other wallets.
Yeah.
I imagine they'll have 2/3 of it gone completely by the end of the week, holding 1/3 left, which that's awesome. I say dump the crap out of this crap, you know? But the Kraken selling is surprising that it hasn't done anything. So there you go.
Well, and we're looking at almost now a third of the MTGOX tokens out there.
No, a third is 100% out there. They have, they started with 9 billion. They have 6.
Yeah. And what's cool is, if we can get, man, I'd say anything less than half is great.
Oh, let's get this out there. I'm hoping by Friday's show, I'm guessing this will be at $3 billion left. This is
no, I mean, as far as total selling, if anything less than half, I'd say is a huge victory.
Which that's what I didn't even look at Bitcoin Cash. What's it doing?
Oh, it's got, well, you know what? Oddly, it was only down like 7 or 8% yesterday.
That's because they're dumping all of it. But still 8% versus 1% Bitcoin is a lot. And we knew that was going to happen.
It should be like 80%.
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash.
Because remember this at that time, this was where most of the Bitcoin Cash came from this, well, all of it, right? Originally came from this fork. The block wars I think it was August 17th, 2017. The 17th or 7th, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember selling some of my B trash for $2,500.
You can see exactly when this is when Kraken about 9 a.m. on this chart, whatever that translates to your time, it dumped hard, and then it kind of still drizzled up after that. What the heck? Who's buying this?
I don't know. I don't know why you would buy in the face of this.
It's the same thing as why are you selling Bitcoin or Ethereum right now?
I don't know.
Trading, they're idiots because
people do this weird thing where they go, they misinterpret what Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett said when he's like, when there's blood in the streets, be buying. When okay, what that doesn't mean is if there's blood in the streets because there's velociraptors eating people, that doesn't mean run towards the velociraptors, you idiots. That's not what that means. It means that typically groupthink is that when the masses are panicky and the masses are pretty stupid, they're given to emotional reactions and outbursts. So when the stupid masses, the net decision making, you kind of want to be a contrarian sometimes. But where we're in now is that the masses are actually using their money. And if the masses use their $6, $8, or $400 and they spam it into the market, then the market tends to, at least for a little while, go with the spammy markets, the spammy dummies. So that's why, what would dummies do is pretty important. And yes, we are behind the wall, Ziv. We're behind it right now. We're way behind it. So what would dummies do is something we have to factor now because so many new people have come into the space since 2021. And the net IQ in the crypto space is just above primordial soup. Even the people that think they know don't know. You got people, I promise you, there are people on CNBC talking about crypto that don't know, they don't know what Etherscan is. They've never even looked at their own wallet. They probably don't have a wallet. They don't know what the fuck Web3 is. They have no clue that we know every transaction they've ever done in a wallet. I know this because Brandon, I caught people at Singularity DAO who don't know what they're doing, and they've been in the space. You'd think that they would be pretty crypto knowledgeable, and we caught those idiots making a little flounder when they were lying about, it doesn't matter what the situation was, but we found that they funded one of the wallets that they claimed wasn't theirs with tokens from one of their other wallets and then use those tokens to vote as they were astroturfing that stupid ass ASI vote. Point is, people that know don't know. So what do you think the people that don't know? They don't know anything. So, man, God, these people that are buying Bitcoin Cash on the dips, what are they smoking? You know what? Maybe that's just Bitcoin Jesus, like using some of his ill-gotten gains that he still owes taxes on. He's like, screw it, I'm buying.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's like what? Ooh, look up BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Let's see what that piece of shit's doing.
Wait, it's a token?
Yeah, that's the one that Craig Wright created. Remember the one who said he was Satoshi? Did you know that now on his Wikipedia page, it has to say that he's a liar, that he's lied, that he got caught lying? Like, let's look at the 1 year.
1 year. Okay, so
all those spikes, those are all during he went to court, he got found, fraud, like perjury, like all this stuff, so bad that if you look at his Wikipedia page, go look up Craig Wright on Wikipedia, he has to have add the court ordered addendum saying, I am not Satoshi Nakamoto. I was caught perjuring myself, fraud, misrepresenting, like it's on his wiki now. Like that's part of the court order. He fleeced all these, idiots. You got to be a goddamn fool. The idiots of the world. There was just a pile of religious believers. Craig Wright is Satoshi. Craig Wright is Satoshi. And anybody that said you're not Satoshi, that's why they called him fake Toshi.
Yeah, in March 2024, James Mellor in the British High Court ruled that Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so he has to say, even on his own private website, he has to put that I am not Satoshi Nakamoto. I lied. I cheated. I got caught. I'm in trouble. Now they're going after him civilly. He's the dude. He's the dude. Now he is rich. And I'll tell you why. Because he got in this partnership to mine Bitcoin with this guy who died, and the estate wanted their half. And see?
It's
like a legal notice. He has to keep that up for a year.
Oh no.
Isn't that great? Well, so this bonehead, he convinced a lot of, just really foolish idiots into buying Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. It was another one of the forks of Bitcoin. It's like, this is what Satoshi wanted because I'm Satoshi. And people were like, Anyway, there's still people buying that crap. There's still people, even now, even after all this, it's like, no, he's the Satoshi. This is all the proof I needed. What are you talking about? You're God. Do you see the with XRP, Brad Garlic Mouth was telling everyone that it was going to be settled like this week and stuff. And then two lawyers,
that's interesting.
And then lawyers from the SEC came out and said, that's not how it works.
That's not true, buddy.
Yeah,
that's not true.
They're just like, that's not how it works. The SEC is not going to step on a decision from a federal court. They're going to let the federal judge rule on it. It's like, what in God's name? I don't, you know what? I don't understand. I don't even blame Brad Garlinghouse. He pulled a great scam. Good for him, right? He's a crook. If you look at him as a crook, I got some respect for the guy. He stole $1.3 billion from a bunch of weak morons. Good. Well done, sir. Well done. You're a dick. Going to hell, but good job. And Chris Grand Larceny, he's also pulled a good scam. Good for you, sir. You guys at Ripple, you got a real good scam going. Who I blame are the half-wits that support these guys. You'll see videos like, don't be so hard on Brad. Brad's had it tough. Oh, really? Really? He pilfered, you idiots. For one, he put $1 billion in his pocket on the back of you idiots. You feel sorry for him? Oh, he's had a bad day. Twitter's being mean to him. He's a fucking billionaire off of idiot money. And the thing is, like, what kind of beats me up is that money that these guys get in these scams, it's from people that are like so hopeful. Like that's their lottery ticket. That's their, this is my one chance. If that they build their whole dream scenario, their fucking, what is it? Dream catcher is just pictures of XRP tokens and shit. Like that's the great reset. They get sold this stupid dream, and it's so stupid that it's a catch-all. If something's a little stupid, a regular human goes, it's dumb. That's dumb. But if something's completely stupid and it becomes a religion, people are like, okay, cool, flat earth, got it. Let's do it. Don't go off the other end. You'll fall, bro. What? Oh my God. So I don't know. Maybe we should start a religion, Brandon.
That's a road you don't want to go down.
All right. What else
so
we got?
You saw this yesterday or this morning, actually. Fetch announced SingularityNet has announced a $53 million investment to create the world's first modular AGI computer. Obviously, SingularityNet puts $53 million toward. So did they already pay? Did they already dump some of their AGIX? This is very deceiving either way.
I thought they were supposed to tell us when they were doing that.
Yes, a month in advance or 2 months in advance. And now these guys are saying they already put it towards.
Did they lean up a bunch of AGIX and borrow against it on some weird platform at some weird exorbitant rate?
They could have sold.
How? Ain't no one buying that shit.
They could have sold Fetch. I mean, there's enough volume to substantiate 53 million, easy, right?
But like, remember they were going to sell 100 million. Wait a minute. They were going to sell 100 million AGIX was the deal, not $100 million. They needed $100 million.
That's 53 million.
Right, but that's right at about 100 million tokens after pricing.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
So that's all they got out of it.
So they already sell it?
It looks like they dick punched the market, and this is all they got.
Well, and they lied because they said they were supposed to announce it ahead of time.
But they lied every step of the way. That's not what surprises me. That's not at all surprising. Mario was on the call this morning, and Toofy's like, hey, can you turn your camera? I'm just finishing eating, so I will turn it on afterwards.
Yeah,
never turned his camera on. Sorry, piece of shit.
He's somewhere else. Yeah. Anyway,
and
so
I guarantee
feel like they lied
on that purchase. I guarantee you, Mario is stuffing his pockets because he's got some. I promise you, he's got some deal likely with the whoever's servicing the or sending that they're buying the equipment from to pat him on the back. He's doing an end around. That guy would screw Ben over. I promise you.
Yeah.
And Ben just blindly. That's the thing, man. I kind of feel bad because I don't feel too bad. I feel a little bad because I think Ben just trusts that these people do the right thing financially.
Yeah.
It's not just Mario, by the way. There's a lot of douchebags that have that wiggle their greasy little tentacles into SingularityNet, like a lot of grease balls. So I just wonder. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, they're setting the barricades up around the White House right now. So this is something's going to get announced tonight. I'm just excited for it.
Dude, this looks like the movie Civil War.
Yeah, something. Look at that. Look at how many. Look at
that. Ooh. Is that normal to put all the barricades?
Don't know. Seems like a lot to me. Right?
Yeah. And those are like crowd keeper backers, right?
Yeah, this is like you're not getting in. Anyway, that's happening right now. Okay. Have fun. Anyway, so let's go to markets.
Yeah. All right. Get right on it. Okay.
Long.
I want to do something a little bit different. For those people that may be newer, and I don't know if there's anybody new here, but why don't we pick your first 5 assets that you think in some percentage must be in a portfolio.
They must be in a portfolio.
Five that you must. Now, it could be as low as 2%, but it's got to be something you have a conviction of at least 2% or greater. 5 assets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're saying now. I know what you're saying. All right, so let's rock and roll. Obviously, here's my 5, and let me pull this up because I have it. I like Bitcoin, obviously, because you have to have a little bit.
Woo
You have to
woo.
have your Ethereum, of course.
Woo woo.
From there, that's where you start to get a little bit saucy. A little bit saucy.
My guess is you go here.
Hypercycle's a play, right?
Yeah.
It's a play, and I love it.
It's a utility play.
That's a utility and equity play for the basis. So I'm putting Hypercycle in. And then I already have an Ethereum blockchain play. So I'm playing Jupiter on the Solana blockchain because I feel like that's the aggregator that's going to win me the most.
Okay.
And then sadly, if you want an AI play, you still got to put Fetch in there. That's it. That's my 5.
And you know what? Fetch at $3 was not an investment. Fetch at $1 and change. What is it? $1.20?
$1.26?
Probably. Is it an investment? Will it 10x? No. Well, no one knows, but it's unlikely. But could it 3x? It could 3x.
Could
it 5x? I don't know, man. I don't know. But it could 3x. I feel like it's much more of a trade now than it was. Okay, so here's my 5. You must own some Bitcoin. I mean, we're long in the tooth now. I think it's beyond obvious. You need to own some Bitcoin. You need to own some Ethereum, but Ethereum is more of a trade, less of an investment. At this point right now, do I think it will 10x? If the money argument is created for Ethereum, then yes, I think there is. Could it 10x? Could it? Will it? I don't think so, but could it? Yes. If the money argument is made and it becomes the silver to Bitcoin's gold, which again, it's a terrible argument. It's on weak, but financial markets love terrible arguments. They love stupid. And this is part of that. So Bitcoin is established. Ethereum looks like it's going to be established underneath it. A lot of outside dumb money is going that way. So is there a 10x in it? Is there a 10x in Bitcoin possible? Yes. I mean, it will. That I would say, you put a gun to my head, I would say, yes, that will happen. Will a 10x in Ethereum happen? If you put a gun to my head, I'd say no, unless the money argument. Yeah, I'd say no, unless the money argument is made and people look at it as a cheaper Bitcoin, like in their mind, which it isn't. But that's the argument that I think they'll make. Now, we know these guys are staying. They have ETFs. It's over with. These are commodities, and that's that. Next, I can't recommend Cardano, even though it is technologically the best. That doesn't matter because no one gives a crap. Polkadot's a dumpster fire. Where I probably say you probably have, because Ethereum is going to be a staple, I think you have to own, sounds weird, but I think you have to own either or both Optimism and Matic. And I think price-wise, they both make a lot of sense right now. If you kind of look at them, I think they're both great plays right now. I kind of lump those as one because I would say you would split your investment in those two assets. I think you need big data, so you have to have Filecoin. The only reason that Hypercycle is not on my list of 5 is because I don't treat it as a crypto asset. I treat it as a business asset. It really is just different. In my head, I don't buy Hypercycle because number go up. I don't give a crap about number go up. Hypercycle is to fill nodes to get paid license revenue, like revenue on compute. That's all it is. That's a different proposition. It's almost not crypto. Hypercycle to me is the containerization of data. That's what it does. And because of that, it can do all sorts of other cool things. But it's containerization of data and really fast movement of that stuff. So that's a different asset. So those are my main ones. I like Jupiter a lot. I like Arweave probably in the $10 to $15 range. I don't think that there's a 10x there. I do think there's a 10x left in Jupiter. You could see a $10 Jupiter token in a bull run, especially if Solana, which even though it's spammy, garbagey, thievy, crappy, whatever, there will eventually be a Solana ETF. I assure you. It doesn't matter how shitty it is. There will be, because it's the same scumbags. Scumbags going to push it. So if that's the case, this is the way I would participate. Because I like it two ways. I like benefiting from it without having to own it, which feels scummy to me. And I like the idea that we could win in big multiples with Jupiter, and they like cats. So
I think that's what tipped you. I don't think anything else tipped you but the cat thing,
I love
where
the
they
cat thing.
centralized the cat
love the
in
cat
that
thing.
narrative.
And for now, you got to own Fetch. So if I drop that to just 5, because I know that was more than 5, I go Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Okay.
Optimism, Filecoin, Fetch.
Filecoin Fetch. Okay. I like that. So the only thing that's, yeah, okay. Because I had Hypercycle in mind. Yep.
Yeah, because Hypercycle, again, it's a business asset.
I get that. And I agree with that to every extent. So yeah.
So that's where I'm at. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys all think. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Filecoin, yeah. So I'm pretty close to JD, other than just Hypercycle, because again, business asset.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I think we've got it.
I found the Deadpool thing exactly that's at my theater. You want to see it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This is it. So this is this guy, he's sitting in a little couch, right? So you drink out the top there. You see where the straw hole is?
Yes.
And then out the back is where the popcorn just kind of funnels out. So you fill up the popcorn and you can like dip popcorn and drink.
You mean you can drink and eat popcorn in the same thing, and Deadpool can be in your lap?
Yes, it's just sitting there in your lap. Like, so he sits on your lap watching the movie is the theory, right? And then you pick it up and you sip out of it. And then like you can grab some candy or whatever treats out the back of the seat. And then he's just sitting there watching, or you can set him on the seat next to you like Deadpool would be sitting.
That is the
most on a seat.
Beautiful goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? That's so cool. Anyway.
All right.
Cool. Anyway.
Whew. It's been a crazy one. Am I right? Thanks, Shiza. Thanks, Shiza. We're here to bring you all this news. All right. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything. My poor and solve drunk, strung on a meth, grifter ass grandmother, or Brandon wouldn't do. He's got the sleeves are gone. So it's going to be hot as hell is my guess.
Dude, it's going to be 100 today. 100.
It'll be a hundo.
Yeah. 100.
Interesting week. I thought by today we would have an actual date for Twin Protocol. Literally any day, maybe even today. I will let private clients and digital investors know the second. When Brandon and I know, it'll be in those chats. It'll be in the Telegram group.
You'll know.
Okay.
You'll know.
Okay.
You'll know.
We don't keep secrets.
That's right.
No secrets among sailors. Get that button.
If you're an accredited investor and you want in on angel, seed round, or early round equity and token opportunities in the artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency space, schedule an interview at nickblacknext.com. In life, you can either be really good, really lucky, or just be first. Being first is so much easier. Schedule a digital private client interview today at nickblacknext.com.